one, I actually don't know much about the Stunticons besides what little I've seen of. What was that one character that got surprising amount of screen time in Cyberverse?
Dead end. So okay, so we have
I know
Dickhead,
Motormaster.
Head Anti-Optimus Prime, Paranoid Nutcase, Marvin the Paranoid Android, which mostly just means depressed. I don't know shit about Dragstrip. And I don't know shit about Dead End. And occasionally you get Wild Rider for when they can't get Dead End.
Huh. He knows more about the Stunticons
Well,
than I
not
do.
Wild Rider. Sorry. I meant Off Road. Off Road replaces Wild Rider occasionally.
Mm.
Oh, and occasionally they throw in Blackjack as the bra.
Oh.
He has anger issues.
Ooh. Fun. But either way, what I was about to say was he knows more about Transformers than I do ever. Which is fine. Also, if you guys wanted to see it, we are also planning something for Transformers. It's taking a lot of time.
Yeah.
We
I'm gonna go fuck me right at the stick.
we tried the Transformers TTRPG. It's
It has its ups. It has
it,
its downs.
it has a lot of downs.
Yeah.
It's it's not good. Do not try it. If you ever have a like someone have a DM do it, have them change up the whole system because I don't know who Hasbro had make that, but they obviously weren't taking
The
any
same
cues.
people who make Hunter the Parenting, the Reckoning.
I mean, I wish they
I'm
were
not
the
even
ones that
kidding.
made it. Wait, what?
Yeah, the company that sells Hunter the Reckoning books is the same ones that made Essence 20.
What?
Yeah,
How did they
they're
fuck
both.
this up?
Ever since 5th edition, Renegade Games has been doing. Let's see here. They've done Axis and Allies,
Okay.
Robo Rally. That's a classic. Uh, yeah, no, they publish most of the World of Darkness stuff.
Hmm.
Welcome to Night Vale role playing game.
Hmm.
Hero Escape.
Oh no.
Oh fuck, there's an Agretzko card game. I might check that out. I like Agretzko.
There's
Nice.
a Gretzico card game.
Yeah, it's called Work Rage Balance.
That's this one. Anyway.
I was not prepared to find out that that show was friggin' was Sanrio.
Hmm. That's not something I was expected either. But anyway, we're going to head into this and learn about the Stunticons.
The Stunticons.
The Basics has just reached 200,000 subscribers, and we're celebrating with an episode you've been requesting for a long time. Back in the spotlight after 2022's Legacy toy line, it's those Decepticon Roadhogs,
So
the
I own
Stunticon.
all of Legacy Menasor. With
Really?
one exception. Breakdown. Because the fucker's $80 on the aftermarket and Hasbro refuses to reissue him.
Someone start that JoJo song. Break down, break down. That's why I was in my head. That was in my head, honestly, when you said that. But yeah, Breakdown isn't a bad name. There's a lot of strange name Transformers, but usually they're pretty good. Menasor is,
The original Stunticon toys
well-
were designed to be part of the Japanese toy line Diaclone. But Diaclone was cancelled before they could be
Go ahead.
released. Instead, they first hit shelves
didn't know they were
when Hasbro
cancelled.
imported them to become part
Yeah,
of the Transformers
basically-
toy line in
So it was going to be part of something called Jizai Gatai, which basically means free combination. Which all four of the initial Scramble City combiners, as they're collectively known because of the Scramble City OVAs that featured all four, So this doesn't come up a lot in fiction, but they can freely exchange their limbs in the toys,
Oh.
and every arm can also form a leg. In addition, this is why all the leaders have base modes, because they're able to hook up to Metroplex, who the limbs can also connect to, since he was also part of the line. The Decepticons can hook up to Tripticon, but they had to throw in some adapter pieces to pull it off.
Not a bad idea.
But yeah, no, by 1986, Takara just dropped Diaclone in favor of this hot new sound called Transformers.
Oh, they literally just went along with it. It was crazy that, of all things, the Unicron trilogy was a co-work between American and Japanese. I wish we could do that more nowadays. We don't really...
Yeah. I do kind of lament. I like some of what the modern Transformers have been doing. It feels a bit too Western for my taste sometimes, though.
Too Western. Suddenly there's a Transformer with a cowboy hat and spurs.
Okay, so Wild Wheel is not one of the problems. I like Wild Wheel. I want to see more Wild Wheel.
That's a thing?
His name is Wild Wheel, and I love him.
Okay. As a Texan, I feel confused and concerned.
The Stunticons
Of course he
were a
does.
combiner team. 5 individual robots who could merge into
I did learn
one
how Tejano
giant
music
robot.
came to be, but yeah.
The group consisted of Lamborghini Countach Breakdown,
There's a lot of
a
interesting things
paranoid
about
skunk
Texas
who was
with the amount of
convinced
immigrants that
that
came
everyone
here.
was watching him, able to generate vibrations with his engine that shut down other machines.
Oh.
Dead End, a
Dead
depressed, nihilistic Porsche 928 who
Oh,
figured
he's
that
depressed.
the war was pointless since all Transformers would die one day. Drag Strip, a selfish, egotistical Tyrrell P-34 race car.
He just sent me a
Oh, so
picture
that's-
of what was his name? Westward?
Wild Wheel.
Wild Wheel.
Sadly, none of his toys included the poncho.
Of course.
Regardless, so that's why I didn't remember anything about Drag Strip. He just described fucking boilerplate Decepticon.
Yeah. They're all schemy and evil and all that nonsense.
Yep.
Also, I will say, we Mexicans will accept anything, Hasbro. If you make a Mexican Transformer with a typical, like, Mexican accent, we will not say no. Even if he's wearing a sombrero, especially if he's wearing a sombrero.
I think this guy was actually Texan.
That's understandable, too.
Who believed winning
Tex-Mex.
was everything and would utilize every dirty trick in the book to do it. Wild Rider, a crazy Ferrari 308 who terrorized other motorists with his reckless driving. And the team's leader, hated and feared by his men, the cruel, merciless Motormaster, a Kenworth Aerodyne truck who would drive
it's a
over
base mode.
anything that got in
That
his
looks
way.
so weird. Like, that's the opposite of Optimus Prime right there.
Yeah, no, Motormaster's trailer doesn't go anywhere. He's mostly trailer. And that's why his head's just drawn as a box these days.
Well then. He's supposed to be super evil and just boss the others around.
And also, every single Motormaster toy we've gotten since has been made with the intent of becoming Optimus Prime, so...
Really?
Or vice versa. Usually vice versa. So, all of them are just the cab transforming now. Even the Legacy one.
Wow.
Well, Robots in Disguise Motormaster wasn't.
Convinced
Well, or
that he
might
was a
learn.
match for Optimus Prime himself.
Oh, he's convinced he was a match for
The team
Optimus because they're
combined
both
to form
trucks.
Menasor.
Yeah,
But the
there's
Stunticons'
that sort of
hatred
ram.
of Motormaster meant that
I'm
their
sorry, buddy,
minds
but
didn't
no.
fuse as
Even
well as their
Megatron wouldn't
bodies,
consider
leaving
you that.
Menasor with an unstable, violent personality.
Megatron would get pissed if he said that to
Motormaster
him.
formed Menasor's torso, while the other Stunticons became his limbs, each able to transform into either an arm or a leg, all
I
totally
know this is
interchangeable,
old
able even to
Toys
be mixed
time,
and matched
but I'm
with
glad
other
they like
combiners
made
designed
it
the same
look
way,
better.
like their rivals, the
Eventually.
Autobot Jet Team,
Eventually.
the Aerial Bots.
I always wish
Yeah,
I had a
Now,
combiner
these
toy.
two groups represented a
Yeah.
change from the toy
The
line's
Aerial Bots
norm.
are on
Typically,
store
it was
shelves
the Autobots
Oh.
who turned into cars and trucks, while the Decepticons
I don't got the
became
money from.
jets. And this inversion of the
That's right.
natural order was highlighted by the Transformers animated series, which introduced the Stunticons late in its second season, ahead of their toy's release.
Oh,
Tired of the Autobots ruling the roads, Megatron decided
yes,
to
I've
create
heard
an
this.
automotive team of his own, rebuilding stolen human
I'm tired of
vehicles
them
into
ruling the
Transformers
roads.
and using the megacomputer Vector Sigma to give them life. The Stunticons went on to star in several showcase episodes, including one in which they wreaked havoc during a transcontinental car race, and another
Okay.
that saw a team of Autobots with similar vehicle forms
Oh.
repaint themselves to impersonate the Stunticons.
Yep.
So
And they
could
even
infiltrate
That's
combined?
really
Decepticon
dumb,
camp
but
and
it's fun.
yeah, from what I remember watching just a few episodes back when it was on Netflix at one point.
Fun fact, by either coincidence or design, so they put out Combiner Wars Menasor, and then when they made Optimus Maximus,
Mhm.
all the molds were the same molds that had been used for Menasor.
I'm not surprised.
I kind of am, since it seems more likely it was an homage to Energon Optimus Prime, given the color scheme.
Yeah.
sabotage their newest weapon.
Yeah, having them all somehow
the Stunticons
combined to
and
look
the other
like him.
combiner teams also enjoyed a major marketing push in Japan, where they starred
Oh, yeah.
in several pieces of exclusive media.
Oh, yeah, we
including
watched
the
a bit of
direct-to-video
this.
special Scramble City,
No, this wasn't
and the
Headmasters, this
sequel
was the OVA.
series,
Oh.
1987's The Headmasters.
We should watch more Headmasters, though. It was it was like drugs injected into my eyes. I wish to see more.
Yeah, it was a thing. It was very confusing, and Puck was very annoying. Or what was his name? I don't remember. He had the really bad child voice, especially Spike's kid. He had the case of horrible child voice, and it was very annoying.
Yeah, no, there's no excusing Daniel. They reduced him for like 12 to 5 years old mentally.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing. I just like that we were laughing at some of the dumber subtitles. Anyway,
This is my fighting style. Nick Wolf.
shoot you with guns. And that's my fighting style.
A 1990s Transformers Zone.
The Japanese
The
animation is
Stunticons
always
also
more
appeared
animated,
in
usually.
Marvel's Transformers comic book, with supplementary stories exclusive to the United Kingdom's version of the series, explaining that in this continuity, the Decepticons were inspired to create them by a vision of the future from the Autobot
What?
Matrix. After their introduction, though, the
Yeah.
Stunticons didn't appear very much.
Basically,
and they were
they had to
quietly
advertise
phased
them.
out of the comic.
They didn't know
after
how they
their
were gonna be
toys were
introduced.
discontinued in
The
1988.
So they just
future.
However, the figures were reissued
Yeah,
in
pretty
Europe
much.
and Australasia in 1990. So the British comic brought the team back to appear in a new run of stories, which
Ooh.
included Wild Rider being mistaken for a traitor and
Oh.
executed by Megatron, and the rest
God
of the
damn,
team
that
starring
panel.
as the
I need to
villains
read
of the
the UK
final
stories.
UK
For
original.
those who don't know, I definitely want to make my own comics. It's just hard finding artists that'll work with me. They're either superhero comics or mecha comics or something along those lines. I have a lot of ideas.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Original
I've got like so many ideas in my head. It's kind of nuts. I even have character sheets for a lot of the characters. Don't judge me.
Rip, abducting an Autobot allied human journalist. It was planned to re-release the toys again with new color schemes as part of 1993's Generation 2 toy line, but this release was cancelled. However, a
Oh.
limited quantity of the recolored Breakdown was made available as an
Interesting.
exclusive at the very first officially backed
Yep.
convention,
They got to
BotCon,
pick
in
one
1994.
Stunticon.
Really? And they
Breakdown.
chose
Though there have been
Breakdown.
many Decepticon cars in the decades
Well,
since
one of the
their
limbs,
introduction,
anyway.
the Stunticons were the first. and that's meant they've often been revisited by the new Transformers series of the 21st
Those
century.
designs do not
For a
go
time,
great to
the
them
whole
early on.
team would typically only appear together in media like comic books. When it came to toys, it was
Yeah.
much more common for individual
only-
members of the group to show up apart from the others. All 5 Stunticons
I don't
would
remember
receive
that.
multiple new figures.
Oh wait, oh that's what they mean. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's because you can make a drag strip out of any Mirage, Motormaster out of any Prime. Dead End they just kind of threw in wherever there was cars. Breakdown tended to be made out of side swipes,
Side swipes.
except for Prime Breakdown when they just wanted some muscle. And by God, Prime Breakdown delivers.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense that they would use these guys to just recolor Autobots because Autobots are always the cars.
Oh, just wait till he gets to animated Stunticons.
Figures
Oh,
over the
boy.
years, but they were spread across various different toy lines and continuities, and most
they definitely
were
used it to keep
recolors
the
of
trademark
other
on the-
characters, hence
on
they
the
couldn't combine with
names.
each other. At times, certain members have also had to go by different names, due
Ah,
to
yeah.
Hasbro temporarily losing the trademarks on the originals, with Motormaster being renamed Motor Breath, and
What?
Wild Rider becoming Breakneck.
Okay, Breakneck's
Sometimes
fine.
the name
but-
Stunticon
Okay, so
has also been used
I just need to explain something. So because of that trademark fuckery around Wild Rider,
Yeah.
there's now 3 Wild Riders in the mobile game of Transformers Earth Wars.
This reminds you of the time I messed you by saying, yeah, it's the Gundam system, and the Gundam system.
Strikes you with mind.
No.
Regardless, so they first off-road was introduced because he was the replacement for Wild Rider in Combiner Wars Menasor, and it was casually asked in his recruitment dialogue, "Hey, what happened to Wild Rider?" Peter, you don't want to know.
So
With
like,
the implication that he's very, very dead. So then they introduced Breakneck as another recruitable character who's actually part of Menasor. Off-Road's actually not part of the game's Menasor, surprisingly. And then years later, they introduced Wild Rider,
okay.
but parsed differently than the one that's supposedly dead, who's also not part of Menasor. So there's 3 fucking Wild Riders in the continuity.
refer to other groups of automotive-themed Decepticons, including a team of drones from 2010's Power Core Combiners,
I
which were
regret not
controlled by
scooping any of these
and
up.
combined with
Yeah, they look
the
alright.
Decepticon Overrun.
Overrun.
The full roster of classic Stunticons was
Oh,
reunited
wow.
in 2011
Yep.
when a Transformers
Fuck off.
animated incarnation of the team was released as an exclusive
One of
set
them has
at
nunchucks.
that year's BotCon. Now,
he
again,
was
this
based on-
version of the
well, he
team
was
couldn't
built out of
combine,
jazz.
as
I
they were
know,
all
but-
recolors of existing animated figures. A move that notably resulted in a female incarnation of Dragstrip,
Oh.
recolored from RC. The convention's exclusive comic book explained that they were an undercover Decepticon unit who had copied Autobot body forms in order to disguise themselves as a traveling stunt show, as part of an attempt to break Megatron out of prison.
Wow.
A new set of combining
great.
Stunticon
Oh,
toys was
cool.
finally released in 2015's Combiner Wars,
How
able
were
to
the
merge
Combiner
into
Wars
Menasor
toys,
in the
by the
classic
way?
A bit samey in terms of transformation. Menasor particularly got hit hard because his shoulders are too wide and his hips are way too far up on the toy. But like, I'd say Superion, Bruticus, and presumably by extension Defensor, all really solid toys. It's Menasor who got the short end of the stick.
Okay.
interchangeable style. This series added
Yeah,
two
they
new
are just
members
a bunch
to
of
the
cars
team,
after all,
the
so they probably
confident
share
and
some
charismatic
molds.
off-road, a pickup truck who could become one of Menasor's limbs,
Ah.
out to prove himself to his new teammates by taking on the dirtiest, most dangerous missions they wanted no part of, and
That
the
sounds like a
calculating
stupid
but
idea.
short-tempered Blackjack, who formed
No, these
Menassor's
people are
chest
smart.
plate. A special
yeah,
box
there's like
set
two
of the
more.
figures
Oh.
was even released in Generation
This
2
one looks more
colours.
colorful.
The
Fun fact,
release of the Combiner Wars
that
toys
one
led to
was not based on the Generation 2 colors. It was based on a fan's Photoshop in slightly incorrect colors.
So they got their own colors wrong?
It happens more often than you think. Like, fan-colored character models have led to so many toys with the wrong colors.
Hmm.
Like, the TF Wiki has a page on it called Circular Reporting.
Wow.
the Stunticons becoming one of the biggest Combiner teams of the 2010s, with a string of prominent appearances in a variety of media, beginning with a tie-in story arc in IDW Publishing's comic books. The Stunticons had been introduced into IDW's comics a few years earlier, when they were given the
Not
power to
fond of those
combine by
designs.
Decepticon conman
Yeah, they're a little
Swindle.
too clunky.
But the technology was
Especially with the
imperfect,
mouth.
The issue
and
was
the Autobots had been
that
able to
era.
defeat
What?
That era was being drawn with the intention of, oh, it's like the movie, but G1.
That doesn't work.
You just kind of get ugly designs.
Yeah, that doesn't work. You make them look
But
too
they're still better
gribbly.
than a lot of the movie designs, mind you.
Yeah. It was kind of hard for me to parse who was who when I was watching a movie for any of the Decepticons, really.
Yeah, like the first, I'll say 2007, designs were good. Designs were unique. The designs were cool. Well, you can tell who all the cons are. You can tell who all the bots are. It's Revenge of the Fallen onward that it really becomes a problem.
Like, I like Blackout. I almost made my own Decepticon based off of Blackout. You know who it
That's
is.
just Blackout rules.
And he was very big.
I'm personally partial to Bone Crusher because he's just an angry ball of spite.
Menasor by exploiting his fractured mind, turning the Stunticons against one another. In Combiner Wars, by which time Wild Rider had left the group to strike out on his own and been replaced by Off-Road, the scheming Starscream set out to use the Stunticons for his own ends. He planted Blackjack on the team, then used the mystical Enigma of Combination to fuse them into Menasor once again, knowing that Blackjack's volatile temper would influence the giant's mind and cause him to rage out of control, giving Starscream the opportunity to appear a hero by helping to put the Stunticons' threat down.
Damn, that's
The
actually pretty
Combiner Wars
smart.
toys would also earn the Stunticons appearances in Machinima's tie-in series of webtoons,
Lasted
in which
one
Menasor
episode.
rampaged across the planet
I
Caminus
like these
until
designs,
being
but I've heard
taken
nothing
down
but bad
by
things for the
Windblade.
series.
And in a
Windblade?
series
horrible.
of boss battles in the video game Transformers
He has
Devastation.
one of the best boss themes.
Oh.
Hot on the heels
I
of
wish I got
Combiner
to play
Wars,
that game.
concurrently running series Robots in Disguise introduced
I have
its
this
own
toy and it's so
combination-themed subline,
Really?
Combiner Force,
It is a little
in
wide.
2017, which included its
Nothing
own
has any
version of the
movement or
Stunticons.
articulation.
Oh, I just looked at all these designs. Oh my god, yeah, what the hell?
Because this was sold for like $15.
Oh. Damn.
Like, and this was the only toy most of these guys got.
Damn. Like, Mortal Master at least looks okay, but the rest of them are, kibble galore.
Well, it's not even Kill Lord. Do you know how you transform these? You flip them, you rotate them 90 degrees, flip the hood to form feet, push the shoulders to pop the arms out a bit. Done.
Oh.
This incarnation of the team was made up of Motormaster, Dragstrip, and three new members. The brutish Heat Seeker, named after his signature missile weapons.
Okay.
The snobbish Slash Mark, who could
Slash
tear up the
Mark?
road with his energized tires. And the nervous Wild Break, able
The
to project
designs in Robots in
destructive
Disguise
vibratory
kind of don't do
waves.
it for
Between
me.
his personality and his
It's
powers,
fine
it was
in
pretty
Prime,
clear
just the
Wild
shading
Break
doesn't
was
work as
based
well.
on Breakdown.
Yeah,
But he
like
was
their
evidently
design
given a
overall
new
is fine,
name
it's just
since
there's something
another
off about
version
them to
of
me.
Breakdown had already appeared in this continuity in 2010's
Wow.
Transformers Prime. Multiple toys of the team's members were available, and the characters could combine in various different ways. Drag
Yeah, that's just fucking. So those are the only, like, Heat Seeker's the first one to debut, so he got in the bucket load of the toys.
Okay.
Wild Break and Dragstrip both got toys because they were the only real Crash combiner we saw on the show.
Wow.
And even then, they changed Dragstrip's alt mode from a car to a more classical styled race car.
Damn.
Unfortunate.
Strip and Wild Break could merge into Drag Break.
Drag
Heat
break.
Seeker and Slash Mark could form Heat Mark. And of
That's
course,
not a
they
bad
could
name.
all merge with
That was the
Motormaster
only time we
into
saw Heat Mark, by
Menasor.
the way.
The Stunticons served as
See,
the
the
main
designs of the show look
antagonists of the
really
Robots in
good when they're
Disguise
combined like that,
cartoon's
but
third season.
I'm just sad the
setting out
toys
to
don't reflect
literally
that.
conquer Earth's roads until Bumblebee's team were able to defeat them, exploiting Menasor's mental instability to overpower him. The original Stunticons returned in 2022's Transformers Legacy with a new set of toys that abandoned the classic interchangeable combination style in favor of creating a Menasor based on his character design from the original cartoon. The team's unconventional new combining
See, this looks
process
alright.
involved Motormaster's
Yeah, this looks pretty
trailer
good.
splitting
Yeah.
into limb and torso pieces for
I mean, that's
Menasor,
fine.
to which the Stunticons attached. In addition to all their appearances as a team, the last decade has also
Prime.
seen some of the individual Stunticons find significant fame apart from the group. As mentioned,
He was a
Breakdown
corpse suit.
was featured in
There aren't
Transformers
enough
Prime,
Transformers
and
games.
recently made another prominent solo
There are.
appearance in Transformers Earthspark in
Especially the one where you
2023,
can make your own.
while Dead End had a supporting role in
Oh, yeah, this is what I
Transformers
was talking about.
Cyberverse in 2020. Stories I'll look at
I
in
can't think
dedicated
of
videos of
Cyberverse
their
'cause none
own
of
in
the
the future.
impacts feel like they have
But whether
impact.
they're together
There's just a funny
or
part
alone,
where they're talking about what they need to do, a plan to save Cybertron, and Dead End just says, well, good luck with that. I'm staying here.
I don't think he's even
The
from this
Stunticons?
dimension. Yeah, he doesn't care.
Yeah, because he's too afraid to go outside, I think.
can be relied
He's like,
upon
I'm gonna
to
die out
wreak
there.
havoc on
Written
the
by
roads.
huge fans of the franchise.
And it shows
And
because I saw
those are the
Cheetor in there.
basics on the Stunticons. Let me know
Well,
your
it had
favorite member
Tarn
and your
in it.
favorite take on the team in the comments.
Wow.
If you've enjoyed this look at Transformers history and
But yeah,
more,
no, it
subscribe
just
for more.
feels
And if you want to get early access to
aggressively
new
mid to
episodes,
me.
support the show on
And the
Patreon.
fact that the action scenes don't land is a big part of that. The fact that there's also no human element to it whatsoever also doesn't help.
Damn. I will
Like
say that.
Transformers, it's a series that I feel is at its best when we're seeing aliens through human eyes.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but I will say this.
I say that, but fucking Stormbringer and More Than Meets the Eye are some of my favorite comics.
Oh. Someone just sent me the word idea. Oh my god. Anyway, what I was going to say is, I do like Cyberverse, the designs overall. They're a good mix of some of the other stuff. And the guy who's playing Optimus Prime is obviously trying his best Peter Cullen impression.
When are we gonna have people homaging Gary Chalk? Damn it.
Who's Gary Chaw?
Unicron Trilogy Prime, Optimus Primal.
Oh, yeah! Didn't he originally play Optimus Primal?
Yep.
Oh. So, if you guys like our commentary over most of this video, then, yeah. We're happy to do more. Tell us which ones you want us to do. We might check them out, and we'll, see you all later.
See you.